Welcome to this new video, and in this video I want to introduce the idea of REPL driven JavaScript. So when you normally develop a JavaScript application, you have this process, right? You write code, you save code, and then you wait for the code to be compiled, and then you see the changes in the browser in case if you're building a web application. When you're building a front-end application, you at least have this concept of hard code reloading, which is kind of like you save the file, and then whatever the stuff that you've changed gets replaced. So you're not waiting for the page to refresh and to changes to see. So here I'm using Replit. Replit is a library by James Diacono. And James, I saw his talk on YouTube a couple of weeks ago, and this is a fairly new library. So as you can see, there's only 6 stars, and Replit is an evaluator for JavaScript modules, right? So you need to have at least node 18 point something, it says. So it only works for ESM modules. So in this example, I want to show this interactive fast feedback loop type of development. And I think because you don't see this kind of things in JavaScript world, it's not very common because JavaScript doesn't have that kind of tools to really do to REPL until now, right? So again, this only works for ESM. So here, as you can see, that we have React. So let me refresh this page. So let's import React. So I'm pressing Option Command B, right? So this is and now let me also import React DOM. So we don't really know what this React is, right? So we want to know what this React is. What is React? Okay, so let's call this. Okay, so this is an object. Okay, so what properties does this object has, right? So we can do object keys React. So this will give me a list of all the keys in this object. So as you can see, we have children component, fragment, profiler, pure component. It has the hooks, the use memos, and all these stuff, right? Similarly, we can also see what's in the React DOM, right? So as you can see, we have create portal, create root, find DOM node, and here I haven't really saved the file, right? I have just deleted something, and then I can just call it. So as you can see, it has 12 properties. Okay, line number 13, we are declaring a variable h, and then we are assigning a create element method. And on line 15 to line 25, we are declaring component that basically has a parent div, and inside this parent div we have a div that shows the state, and then here we have 3 buttons that basically increments, decrements, and resets the state, right? Pretty standard. And also from line 29 to line 35, we have a function called create container, and here we are just appending. So what you're doing is we are creating an element called div, and then we are passing the ID of app, and then we are just returning this element, right? So we are appending the div to the body, and then we are just returning that. This is because we have to do this. So since this is a very new package, this is the hack that if you want the React to work. So now let's do the rendering, right? So React DOM render, and then here we are calling the function with h, which basically creates an element, and we are instantiating the app. And we are also passing a style of margin of 32, and then here we are creating a container, which basically creates a div, and then we are going to render our tree inside this div. So let's invoke this, and let's call this. There you go. So as you can see, I have selected everything, and as I invoked it, I can see that now our UI is displayed on the screen. And yeah, this works great for learning about new libraries and discovering new packages. But you can also use it to write server applications, right? So here I'm going to demonstrate a simple node HTTP server, right? So right now it's running on localhost port 8000, so it's the same thing, right? So I'm running I'm importing the node modules, and then I've declared the localhost and the port, and then the request listener. Basically, this is the function that gets served, right? So this is this function ran, and it's serving this text. And then here we are creating a server and then a listener, and then we are listening to port 8000, right? So yeah, just wanted to show the power of REPL-driven development. Again, this is a very powerful technique. It is not very common in JavaScript land because you don't have this kind of tools in JavaScript, right? And the fact that James created this tool, it makes me very excited because it opens up a whole new opportunities to develop and test JavaScript. And I'm very excited about it. I'll probably make more videos about it in the future, but if you want to learn more about this package, I'm going to leave a link on the video so that you can check it out. Anyways, this is REPL-driven JavaScript. I hope you liked it. Ciao.